Oh my, oh, it's a giant. It is a giant. It is a giant smallmouth. Holy smokes. How are you doing? I hope you guys are well and healthy, and hope you guys are navigating these tough times as best as possible. I know we're all affected by COVID-19. I was supposed to be on 3 trips in April and they all got canceled. I've been home for about the past month now, and it's been okay. I know it's not the same for everybody. For me, it's been a lot of editing, a lot of just catching up on office type work. But now the lakes are starting to become ice-free in Northwest Ontario, and I know traveling isn't encouraged right now, but if you're able to fish close to home, I hope you guys are taking advantage of that. And we have so many options so close here in Kenora. Sam and I actually moved a couple days ago. We moved from the town of Kenora to my parents' cabin, cottage, camper, whatever you want to call it, outside of town, and it's a nice change of scenery. Today we're gonna try some backcountry smallies. There's still ice on a lot of the lakes, and some of them are in the process of becoming ice-free, so we'll see how this goes. But I got the kayak over here. I wanna show you guys my kayak setup. It's very similar to last year. I made a couple upgrades to it, but the kayak is the perfect rig for these small launches that don't have a boat launch for the Alumacraft. So this afternoon, taking the kayak, going fishing for smallies, but first, we'll show you the rig. All right guys, time for the kayak tour. I'll try to keep this pretty quick because I want to get fishing, but I'm going to kind of give you the rundown starting from the front to the back. First off, this is a NuCanoe Frontier 12. The reason I picked it is because of how wide this is. I think it's 42 or 45 inches wide. It is super wide. I want it to be able to stand and fish and to flip and fly fish and all that stuff. So wide was key. This is not a super light kayak, but I knew I was going to put a trolling motor on. And for you kayak purists, I'm sorry, but I mean, I wouldn't have gotten a fishing kayak if it wasn't for the trolling motor on the front. So on the front, we have Minn Kota Power Drive, 55-pound thrust. It's the biggest I could get with one battery. And then this is what makes it real good. This is the ProNav Angler. Guys, I've done videos about the ProNav Angler before. Basically, it's an add-on that gives you a bunch of extra features, like a bunch of features that you typically only get on a higher end trolling motor. The ProNav fits onto Motor Guide and Minn Kota trolling motors, and it gives you so many features. It gives you the anchor feature. It gives you a feature where you can create a route and it'll follow it. You can troll along the shoreline. Super cool stuff, and they're always upgrading it. And I can use a remote as well, so very handy. In the front here, we have all my wiring right in that box with my safety kit, a couple Dakota lithium batteries, which powers 12-inch helix. We got a rod holder, we got the seat, and then this is the box at the back, and this is where the juice hides. This is my latest addition. This is the biggest battery Dakota Lithium makes, 170 amp hour, 12 volt, and this thing is a beast. I have heard that you can go 18 miles on high with your trolling motor with this thing. You probably go longer. That was just one person's test with it. So this thing is gonna give me the ability to travel across lakes. I think with the kayak, I'm going about 3 to 3.5 miles an hour. Obviously this doesn't replace the Alumacraft, but for small backcountry lakes, it's gonna be pretty deadly. There's so many lakes around here that don't have launches. And then we got rod holders. Never need much more than 2 rods. And then I ran this PVC pipe down the middle with a USB cord going to a battery pack, and we got the other GoPro on the top. So one GoPro for the top angle. We got the bar on here for the other angle. And let's talk gear before we start fishing. This is probably what I'm gonna throw the whole time. 7-foot medium. This is the Ned rig you've probably heard lots about. It's not the most exciting way to catch smallies, but it is one of the most effective. 10-pound braid, 8-pound fluorocarbon leader. This is a Midwest finesse jig, which Sam and I actually melted and painted ourselves. We'll do another video where we show you guys how to do that. Man, I've been talking a lot. And then we got the Z-Man TRD plastic on it, and that's what we're doing. Enough chatter. We're headed to the lake for an ice-breaking kayak excursion.
We made it out here. It is windy. I apologize for the wind noise. I'm not gonna have this camera out too much. It's mostly gonna be GoPros. So bear with me, but here's what we're dealing with. We got some ice, we got some open water. I am just so excited to be back on the water. This kayak is perfect for this stuff because I can just dump it in wherever and we're out here. So enough talk. I think I'm gonna head over to a deeper area. I had fished this like 2 years ago. I was here with my buddy Darcy Cox. We got skunked, but I decided I was gonna give it a second chance. So we're back and crossing my fingers for my first backcountry bass, first bass of the 2020 season. Goal for today, not to fall in the water and to catch smallmouth bass. Maybe a pike, maybe a crappie. We're going straight to the deep spot. I don't know if the smallies will congregate in it or not, but that's where we're gonna start. I'm just gonna drive this and map it out a bit. See what we're dealing with. So right now I'm just looping back and forth and creating a map to see what this hole looks like and just looking where the fish are sitting. Okay, it's looking kind of fishy on the bottom. I'm gonna anchor us right here, face us into the wind, and I'm gonna start dragging. You guessed it, a Ned rig along the bottom. Should I brought a net? Yes. Have I caught a bass on this lake before? No. We are anchored, and I'm just trying to catch every edge of this hole because any one of those steep slopes might be, you know, wintering grounds. There's fish right under the nose right now. Oh, I'm on. Here we go. First bite, and we got an out of season walleye. Season opens in about 2 weeks for these guys. We're gonna unhook them and get them right back in the water. So that might be what I'm marking. If I end up catching a couple more, I'm gonna move on, but right there, that's the spot. What do we got? Bunch of bass still clumped up. Yes, we're on. This is a bigger fish. Come on, be a big bass. Oh, we are on the walleye. Release these as quick as possible, guys. I mean, I would love to eat one right now, but that ain't gonna happen. There we go. This feels better. Come on, be a big old bass. Ooh, it feels more bass-like, guys. This feels more like a bass. Oh, nice walleye. No, not what I wanted. Okay, if I catch one more and there's no bass in there, then we're gonna move on. Maybe the bass are shallower. There's a fish. What do we got? Nope. All right, well, the deep hole was home to a lot of walleye, but not a lot of bass. So we're gonna keep moving. All right, guys, we're getting serious. Trying that 10-foot range. See if they slid up a bit. I'm gonna go break some ice around the corner. Couple ducks, the old bufflehead, merganser, greenhead, goldeneye. We're in 6 feet, which doesn't seem very deep. It isn't very deep, but if you take that deep hole out of the equation, I think the deepest you might find in this lake is 10 or 11 feet. So any little depression against a point, I'm thinking maybe that's where they are hanging out. Cold, water's cold, 43 degrees, 42. Really slow, I'm just dragging it along the bottom. With how those Ned rigs work is the back of the plastic actually, they float. So with the style of jig head, it'll actually pop it up. And it's just so good to just crawl along the bottom. So normally with these jigs, you might be using like a 3/32, an 1/8 ounce jig. I'm probably using I think this is probably a 1/4 ounce right now. It's a big jig, but it is so windy. And even though it might not be as, subtle and might not hop as nicely, making sure that you can feel the bottom and keep your line taut and feel every little tick, that is important. So, I mean, yes, it would be nice to use a smaller jig, but in these conditions, sometimes you gotta go with heavier. I've caught smallies through the ice in like 7 feet of water when the lake was deeper, so I don't doubt that they could be hanging out shallower. Come on. Is that a fish? I don't know if it's fish. It's a fish. It's a fish. I think it's gonna be a smallie. I think it's gonna be a smallie. Oh my goodness, it felt like a snag.
Oh my, oh, it's a giant. It is a giant. It is a giant smallmouth. Holy smokes.
Oh my, wow, 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 wow. Guys, I spend so much time fishing deep. This is big. Oh man, just felt like a snag. Oh, that's big. Holy smokes. Come on, baby. Come on. 7 feet of water. Water's 42 degrees. No, 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 no. No, stop doing that. This is so painful. I know it's painful to watch. Oh, it's huge. It's huge. Guys, look at this smallie. First bass of the year. I'm gonna try not to fall out of the kayak. Look at that hog, baby. Huge, huge. I'm gonna throw it on the tape. Man, guys, unreal. 19 and a half, guys, 19 and a half. That's probably 3.5, 3 3/4 pound smallie. Unreal. So good. All right, going back. First bass of the year, and it's a giant. My goodness. Okay, I'm gonna show you guys what did the damage. This is what caught all those walleye, and now the first bass. This is the Z-Man TRD Mini maybe, I'm not sure exactly what it's called, but it's basically a 3-inch worm. It's called the Ned rig. I'm sure you've heard that if you're been in the bass fishing scene the last little bit. And the cool part is this is actually a jig that I made with the new mold I got recently. And that's the first bass on it. A little bit heavier head than I'm used to, but with how windy it was, I wanted to be able to feel the bottom nicely. 8-pound fluoro leader, 10-pound braid. Yeah, I don't know what else to say. I want to catch another. That was incredible. That fish was shallow. Amazing. Guys, I think that's it for me for today. Lakes are opening up in Northwest Ontario. Take advantage of it if you're able to fish somewhere close to home. Hope you guys are staying safe, staying healthy, and please wear a life jacket. I don't have any sort of catchphrase on this channel, but I'm just gonna start reminding you guys every video to wear a life jacket. There's no excuse. These are so comfortable. I forget I'm wearing it half the time. Let's be an example to all other anglers out there. Thank you guys for watching. We'll see you next time.